Hey class, today we're going to learn how to divide integers. So by the end of this lesson, you will be able to divide integers with the same sign, divide integers with different signs, and solve word problems involving integer division. Let's get started. So first we're going to look at how to divide integers with the same sign. This is actually the same as multiplying integers with the same sign. So when the signs are the same, our answer is going to be positive, just like what happens when we multiply integers with the same sign. So this means when we have a positive divided by a positive, our answer is positive. And we can see in the example, positive 8 divided by positive 4 is positive 2. This also means that a negative divided by a negative is positive. Because they are both negative, they're both the same, our answer is positive. You can see that in a number example by seeing negative 8 divided by negative 4 is positive 2. Let's look at some more examples. Number 1 says 15 divided by 3. That's a positive divided by a positive, so our answer is positive. And 15 divided by 3 is 5. So we can write it as plus 5 or just 5 because it's a positive. Number 2 says negative 64 divided by negative 8. It's important that you know that this fraction bar represents a division sign. So that says negative 64 divided by negative 8. Here we have a negative divided by a negative. So the signs are the same, so our answer is again positive. And 64 divided by 8 is 8. So we have positive 8 or just 8, same thing. Number 3, we have x minus y divided by negative 3. And they say x is negative 6 and y is 12. So we're going to plug in those values for x and y. So x was negative 6, and then minus y, which was 12, and then divide by negative 3. So order of operations, we have to do our parentheses first. So we have to do what's on top before we divide it by 3. So we have negative 6 minus 12, or you can view it as a negative 6 and a negative 12. So we lose 6, we lose 12, right? The signs are the same, so we're going to add 12 plus 6 is 18, and they're both negative, so our answer is negative. Then we have to divide that by negative 3. So now we have negative 18 divided by negative 3. That's a negative divided by a negative, so the signs are the same, so our answer will be positive. And 18 divided by 3 is 6, so our final answer is positive 6. Okay, now I want you to pause the video and try number 1 through 3 on your own, and then you'll check your answers with mine. Okay, take a minute, pause the video if needed, to check your answers with my answers. They should all be positive. Number 3, it's important that you did the multiplication before you divided, right? We have to simplify what's on top before we divide it with what's on bottom. So 9 times negative 2 gets me negative 18. Then we're going to divide by negative 2, which gets us that positive 9. Now we're going to look at some problems with dividing integers with different signs. So this is the same as multiplying integers with different signs as well. So if the signs are different, then our answer is going to be negative. This means that a positive divided by a negative is a negative. And we can see that in number form by seeing positive 8 divided by negative 4 is negative 2. This also means that a negative divided by a positive is a negative. As long as the signs are different, our answer will be negative. And we can see that in number form by seeing negative 8 divided by a positive 4 is negative 2. Let's look at some examples. Number 1 says 33 divided by negative 11. So we have a positive divided by a negative. The signs are different, so our answer is negative. And 33 divided by 11 is 3. So our final answer is negative 3. Number 2, we have negative 35 divided by positive 7. We have a negative divided by a positive, so those signs are different, so our answer will be negative, and 35 divided by 7 is 5. Number 3, we have to plug in our values for R and S. They give us R is positive 27 and S is negative 6. So I'm going to plug those in. R is 27 plus S is negative 6. And then I have to remember to bring down that divide by negative 7. That did not go away. Order of operations says we have to do what's in parentheses first. So I have to do 27 plus negative 6 before I can divide by negative 7. So we have a positive 27 and a negative 6. So the signs are different. So if you like to think about the teams, we have a positive team and a negative team. There's 27 positives and only 6 negatives. So which team is winning? The positives. So our answer is going to be positive. And by how much? The positives are winning by how much? Well, 27 minus 6 is 21. So they're winning by 21. Then we're going to have to divide by negative 7. So we have 21 divided by negative 7. That's a positive divided by a negative, so our answer will be negative. And 21 divided by 7 is 3. So our final answer there is also negative 3. All right, I want you to pause the video and try numbers 1 through 3 on the screen. And then when you're ready, hit play to check your answers. Okay, take a moment, pause the video if needed to check your answers with my answers. Make sure on number 3, you multiplied the negative 3 times negative 4 first, and then divide by negative 6, because order of operations says we're going to go from left to right when we have multiplication and division. All right, we're going to end today's lesson with some word problems. So this first word problem says, the enrollment at Davis Middle School dropped by 60 students over a 5-year period. What is the average yearly drop in enrollment? So the average yearly drop means they want to know, okay, about how many students dropped per year. So we're looking for per year or every 1 year. So they dropped 60 in a total of 5 years, but we only want 1. So we're going to take that negative 60 and divide it by the 5 years to get how many in 1 year. So we have negative 60 divided by 5. Well, that's a negative divided by a positive, so our answer will be negative. And then 60 divided by 5 is 12. So we have negative 12. Now let's put that in words. What does that mean? That means on average, $12 students dropped, that's where that negative comes in, per year. All right, to end today's lesson, I want you to try this word problem. So pause the video, try it on your own, and then you're going to hit play when you're ready to check your answer. Okay, so on this one, the submarine descends, which means to go down, and it's going down 60 feet every minute. Well, it wants to know how long will it take to get down or to a depth of 660 feet below the surface. So we're below the surface, so we're going to represent that with negative 660. So we want to get to a total of negative 660 feet, and then we're going to divide that by how many feet we get to go down per minute. So negative 660 divided by negative 60 to get positive 11 minutes. So it will take the submarine 11 minutes to go to a depth of 660 feet. All right, that's all we have for today's lesson. Have a good day.